In today's episode of the Keto Vegan, I'm interviewing Luke and Kingsley, who tried out the Keto Vegan diet for 2 weeks to see how they found it, to see if they lost weight, and I'm now going to interview them to just find out their story. This is, how long after you finished the diet are we? 3-4 weeks?
Yeah, just over a month, yeah.
Okay, so they did it for 2 weeks. Okay, so welcome you two.
Hello.
It's good to have you here. Thank you for joining me. Cheers.
Cheers.
Today actually is a few days after Christmas. It's the 29th of December, so we are celebrating the between time, Christmas and New Year. Okay, so tell me, first of all, why did you decide to give this a go?
I don't know if our reasons are the same or not, but obviously I've known you for a very long time. I've known you prior to being vegan, prior to being keto. So it's been interesting to watch your journey, but also since you started podcasting and we've been making the videos together, I just thought, actually, do you know what? Let's give it a go. A, because it's something else for us to talk about and another opportunity to do this. But B, because why not? You can't, for want of a better phrase, you can't knock something without trying it. So yeah, I just thought we'd give it a go. Absolutely.
Excellent. Kingsley, what about you?
Yeah, kind of the same for me. It was also something, as long as I've known you, obviously you've been keto vegan, so it was more curiosity of how it works, and I've spoke to people before who have done one or the other, but never both. So it's just really interesting to see the difference of having both effects on the diet, really.
Excellent. So. Okay, good. So you thought you'd give it a go, and I can't thank you enough. I remember the evening you said, Rach, we're going to give this a go. We're going to do this for you. And thank you very much. I think we'd been having cocktails at the time, hadn't we?
Had many cocktails.
Yes, many cocktails. And I don't know whether it was a decision they made while sober and then told me after a cocktail, or thought it up after a few of my cocktails.
Yeah, no, I think we thought it up after a few of your cocktails.
Excellent, great, even better. Okay, so I know it's been challenging, so be really honest about it. Don't make out that it was all really good and great. I know there were some things that were really challenging for you. So I'm really, really fussy about my proteins, my vegan proteins, because they can be challenging, the texture, the taste, and so on. So first of all, tell me a little bit about the journey.
I have to say that for me, the journey in the beginning was quite naive. Like, you come out, whenever you come to, or if you're lucky enough to come to Rachel's, you come to Rachel's and just all seems very easy. So it's all, we've got this for dinner and we're going to have that for dessert. And, you know, the food here is amazing. The way that you cook it and the products that you use is amazing. So I have to be honest, I was quite naive and thought, oh, okay, yeah, no, that's fine, because we just swap this out and we won't eat that and we'll swap that out. Which in principle, if you have taken the time to try lots of different things, it is actually quite easy. But I think for us, well, definitely for me, I don't know about you, there was two things for me which made it quite difficult. One is textures. We'd agreed to do it and we gave ourselves a period of time to do it. For us, it was a period of time where we weren't as busy as we normally were. So we had the time to focus on it and spend more time cooking. But the thing that I found really difficult is textures, most definitely so, and also cost. Cost was a big thing for me. I think if we were going to do it again, we would do a little bit of research, or I definitely would do a little bit of research, trying the different variations of the vegan alternatives to find what I like before I committed to it. Because there were a few things where I thought, oh, we'll have this for dinner. I just grabbed a bag of something. I won't say the brand, but I just grabbed a bag of that brand chicken replacement, and it just fell to pieces.
Yeah.
And food is a very, very big reward for me. So when I've been working till 7 o'clock, I come home, my one thing that I really look forward to is a wholesome dinner. And to just have a bowl of mush was it was soul destroying. So yeah, for me it would be textures.
So no, you can say the brand. Was that corn?
Yeah, it was corn.
Yeah. The corn chicken?
Corn chicken.
Yeah, I find that really so soft. Don't like that at all.
And then they had, I think they were just called vegan pieces. They were quite non-specific, just labelled vegan. And we thought, we'll try that as a subject. And they were a little bit better, but they weren't it was still kind of that. It didn't really fall into anything kind of texture, so you didn't feel like you were really having anything with it. Yeah.
It's definitely something that I wouldn't say I would never do again, but if I did do it again, I would have to spend some time thinking about what I can do quickly.
Yeah.
And also, you advised batch cooking, but I was very much like, no, it'll be fine. Actually,
yeah. Well, that's my point. Is the planning aspect of it was I think we were quite naive in terms of the planning and how much time would take. Again, we weren't as busy in this time, but we're still coming in from work, and you don't get in from work until a little bit later. So it's before we've done things like Gusto or HelloFresh because they are quicker. So all the ingredients are delivered, everything's there, it's all done for you. And they are quicker meals to cook. And I think we were kind of under that, not illusion, but where we were like, oh yeah, we can just throw some bits together. And obviously you've said to us before about batch cooking and the importance of batch cooking and having that ready at the beginning of the week just to make it quicker and easier. And I think, if we were going to do it again, it would be kind of having that in place to be a little bit more prepared of what we were going to have. Like we said, I think we're a lot more understanding now and a lot more appreciative of the difficulties, like you said before, about going out for dinner and social things and things like that. And it's just like before we've done it where, okay, we've both come back from work late and we've got loads to do, so we'll just get a takeaway. But you just can't. Yeah, you can't do all bits like that. So you need that kind of preparation and planning, which I think now we really appreciate that actually. Yeah, it's if you want the really nice reward food, you need to put in the time and the planning for it.
So.
Yeah, batch cooking's the way to go, boys.
Really
That's how I live my life. Take a pot out of the freezer, easy.
Really is.
Yeah. So also you said about the cost. It is expensive, isn't it? Eating vegan, keto vegan as well.
Yeah.
Normal vegans, well, other vegans, normal. Is there such a thing as a normal vegan? Do the pulses, the grains, pastas and stuff like that. But because I'm keto for the health reasons, you have to think about the proteins. Did you lose weight though?
Just under a stone.
That stone, yeah.
So
In 2 weeks.
He lost about a stone, I lost just under.
That's great. In two weeks. That's
absolutely, yeah.
That's incredible.
And that was.
But it's all gone back on now because we've had Christmas, right?
We've had Christmas. We really should have filmed this before Christmas.
We've been trying. We've been a bit busy because of Christmas.
Just going to put that there.
Now get rid. Look, you've got a new jumper on. We've been shopping this morning.
Yes. We went for coffee. And beforehand, we've tried diets and we've tried exercising and we've tried going to the gym and all that, but we didn't do any of it during it. So it was solely just
purely diet.
The diet. Yeah. Losing the weight. We had no exercise. Obviously, we were walking about and we were busy at work, but we had no exercising or swimming or anything like that.
Yeah.
As a factor as well. So it was really good for losing weight.
It definitely does. I think like if I was to say anything to anybody in terms of if they're thinking about doing this, you have to. It's all about preparation.
Oh God,
Yes.
yeah.
Even stupid things. So I'm a teacher and I have lunch at school every day. And I genuinely thought, that's okay, I'll just have the salad bar. But by the time you've loaded up your salad bar with carrots and there's...
can't have carrots.
Can't have carrots. Also, you can't have the coleslaw or the potato salad because it's not keto or vegan.
Yeah.
You can't have the raisins.
No.
You just... I had lettuce every day for lunch over that 2 weeks.
So exciting. No mayonnaise on it either. No. I know. So what was the hardest part? Was it the keto part or the vegan part?
For me, I think it was doing both together.
Okay.
I think one or the other
wouldn't
have been a problem at all. It was to doing both together.
All at once.
All at once,
Yeah.
because obviously a lot of the keto side, when you look online, it's a lot of meat and things like that, which obviously you can't have if you're doing the vegan side as well, and vice versa. So it was more about trying to find a way to kind of stick to both. And I think maybe the keto side, just because it was more unknown. You can tell whether something's vegan or not quite easily.
Yes.
Whereas the keto, it's
You have to look at the carb count.
And every time we were cooking, we were googling, was it keto? Just
Even
to make
down
sure.
to stupid things. I did not realise that certain herbs you can't
Certain herbs and spices.
You can't have certain herbs and
Actually,
spices.
nor did I, but how much are you putting in? I mean, they're tiny amounts that you put in.
Yeah, but that's how we were following it. Every ingredient we were googling, like, is this keto? Can we have this? Can we have that?
Yeah.
So when you're putting it on the corn chicken pieces, you're putting a lot of herbs and spices on it.
Yeah, to make it taste
To make
okay.
it taste so good.
Put a kilo on, just so you can stomach,
just so you can taste it.
stomach the corn.
I have to say, actually, in terms of flavour wasn't an issue.
No.
It was a real texture thing for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even down to silly things. So we had a gathering across that 2 weeks. We had a couple of friends over for, I think it was a movie night or something, I'm not sure. So I went to Aldi and I bought their plant-based party food, which was just awful, wasn't it? I mean, fair play to Aldi, you know, their range has got so much bigger, and there is so much more available within. The reason it came from Aldi is because I thought it was reasonably priced.
Yeah.
But it all
What
tastes.
was the carb count on that though?
They were okay.
They were quite.
To be fair.
They were quite reasonable, actually.
Yeah.
So there was more for other people than anybody else.
Yeah.
But it was just to the point where I thought, hang on a minute. Every time Rachel comes to our house, although you don't ever eat much, I serve you this crap.
I wonder why I don't eat much.
So I just thought, oh God, if I'm not going to eat it, I can't expect her to eat it.
We
Which is why I made
appreciate
you
it
a
a
chili
lot
at
more.
I
Christmas.
know, their Christmas
I don't know
do
if it
had
was
a lovely
alright,
chili.
but-
It was really. Did you not try any?
No,
It was
I didn't
really
eat
good
much.
chili, nice and hot, just the way I like it. And the protein. What protein did you put in that chili?
The Sainsbury's one.
Yeah, the Sainsbury's own
Yeah.
free from
Yeah.
mince. Yeah, that's what I use in chili
Yeah.
and stuff. I really like that one.
It's
It's
got a really
good one.
nice texture to
It
it.
has.
And it absorbs the flavour, which is really, really nice.
Yeah, it's really
lovely.
good. So what advice would you give anybody if they were thinking about going from a meat eater non-keto to going on this food journey?
I would say definitely do it, because it was something that I never thought I would do, let alone we would do. And actually it was just because stupid things, like you said, like time and money and things like that. I just never thought we would, like I said, we did Gusto just because it was easier, not because particularly like the meals, just because they're easier than going shopping.
Yeah.
So to be able to kind of put that time and energy into things, I didn't think we would really be able to do that. But we did, and actually we quite enjoyed it. The quicker meals, I think, were more challenging. Yeah. Whereas the meals where, like the weekends, and we had time to actually cook properly, we found ourselves cooking together, which we haven't done in about 4 years.
You've only known each other too.
We found ourselves cooking together and actually enjoying cooking, and it was a bit of a challenge.
How romantic. No. How stressful.
We haven't spoken since we finished the 2 week trial. But yeah, you know, we found ourselves, because there were more challenges with the cooking, we found out what you can and can't have. We found ourselves cooking together more and actually kind of enjoying the experience and the research. It wasn't just throwing stuff together.
That's great. So what advice would you give?
But yeah, like, so planning, that was my next bit. Was
Okay,
planning.
lots of planning.
Lots of planning.
My advice would be, don't do them together at the same time.
Okay, start with one.
Start with vegan and find out what you like in terms of the
Oh,
alternatives.
okay, yes. Because obviously I started keto, then turned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think
And it's been a finding out journey all the time.
yeah.
Every time a new protein comes out, I give it a go.
Yeah. So I would say start with vegan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Find the proteins that you
Find
like.
the proteins that you like. Also find the products that you like, because also if we weren't doing Gusto, we would always shop at Aldi because it's convenient for us. It's literally across the road. However, if you're doing it properly, you need cream cheese from Sainsbury's. You
Yes,
need
it's
this
for
from
cooking,
Tesco's.
yes.
You need this from that.
You need to ask Rachel for advice about what two products to use for certain things.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. So I think for me, step one is find out what replacement proteins you like, because it's not just a case of if it says plant-based, it's nice. Some of them are awful.
Some of them are awful.
Yeah.
And they don't, and also the silly things like, certain vegan cheeses don't cook, or they don't behave in the same way that regular cheese would.
No.
However, if you buy a vegan cheese from Sainsbury's, it does behave in the same way. So don't do what I did and waste all your money in one shop just to find out you've bought a load of rubbish.
Yeah.
Trial it over a couple of weeks, find out what you like, and then go in, right, I've found my vegan side, now let's start working on the keto side.
Yes.
Because keto, I think, although it's hard, it's because you're just not having something, it's easier.
Yeah.
You're not replacing something on the keto side, are
Yes. No. Yeah.
you? So it is
Yeah.
easier.
It
Also, it's a lot of trial and error. There was a lot of meals that we did 2 or 3 times, and I mean things like coleslaw. We had
Every day, coleslaw.
every day, and it started off every day.
Is it good? I love a bit of coleslaw,
And it
especially
started
my
off
burger slaw.
quite basic and quite underwhelming. But by the end of the 2 weeks, I
Had you
quite enjoyed
perfected
it. Yeah,
it?
we got a little bit closer.
So it's the keto part that helped you lose weight.
Yeah.
You're getting married in 5 months.
Yeah.
Do you want to? I mean, you both look amazing.
Oh,
Thank you.
I have to say that we're doing a podcast. No, you do. So, do you want to diet again? Would you do vegan,
Oh, I
keto?
will. Yeah.
Would you try both again, or would you just, because you want to lose some weight, would you just stick with the keto?
I think for me, at the moment, almost every penny has been ploughed into the wedding.
Yes.
So I think for me, it probably would be keto.
Yeah.
Because-
Well, would you try a different diet?
Wait.
Keto, you lost a stone on keto.
Yeah, no, I'd do it again, definitely.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
definitely do it again.
Would you?
Yeah.
So, what would you do of it? The keto? Both?
I would, if I could cheat and say, Rach, here's my money, can you batch cook for us?
Yeah.
I would do both.
Yeah. I can do that. I'll charge you.
Yeah. So if I could do
New
that.
service.
If I could do that, then yeah, I would, because you know what my life's like. I literally work from 7 till 7:30 most days.
I know you do.
And then not to have to, like it was a chore, to be roaming around. That time when I was like, Rachel, I'm in Sainsbury's and I can't find the cream cheese.
I know
Please
that.
help.
I know, but that Sainsbury's, I couldn't find cream cheese in there either, other than the Philadelphia and the Violife.
Yeah, because I think
Couldn't find the Sainsbury's.
No,
No.
nothing's where it should be. It's a very weird
So
show.
yeah, it is quite time consuming. So if you've got a really fast paced life, you
Yes.
need to pay Rachel
Order
to
online.
cook it
Yeah.
for you.
Pay Rach. Order online.
or
Yeah.
or spend your Saturday doing it. So yeah, no, I would happily do it both again
Yeah.
if I could find a way to make it fit in with me.
And I feel like we kind of got there with knowing what meals we did and didn't like, and that 2-week period was quite an eye opener in terms of
Yeah.
knowing how to do the coleslaw eventually, and knowing how to the curries that we liked and things like that, and how
Okay.
we eat really lovely food.
Yeah.
But I would say the first week and a half of that
Of your
was the
2
trial and
weeks.
error of trying to figure it out. That last half week we really nailed it with them meals.
Oh, excellent. Okay. So, Rach, do your batch cooking for you. Get me some pots. We'll do that. Let me know when you want that to happen, and maybe a new service. I'll have to get my kitchen cleansed. Very clean house though. Any final words, tips that you can think of before we?
Yeah, I have to say that the information that you sent through was invaluable.
Yep.
It was really, really, really useful. It was useful if we were just to do it from page to kitchen.
Okay, so tell what was the information that I sent through?
So you sent through a whole list of ingredients,
Yeah.
suggested proteins, and also suggested places to buy them from.
Yeah. Week menu as well. Startup menu.
Yeah, I think you sent us 4 days worth of meals.
No. Okay.
So there was 4 meals and then lots of sides like the coleslaw,
Yeah.
the roasted vegetables. It was
Yeah, the roasted vegetables with protein. I haven't done that for ages. That I call that a meal,
okay.
but one of my 3 a day meals. Because I know that you two have one main meal, don't you, a
Yeah.
day?
Yeah.
So whereas I will eat my little pots 3 times a day,
Yeah.
and so that would be in one of
One
them.
your meals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we did all of that. It was really, really useful.
Yeah.
In hindsight, I wish I had followed your advice in terms of what protein to buy, but money-wise, it was what was affordable.
Yeah, sure.
You can tell. I think you definitely can tell the difference in terms of you get what you pay for.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah.
So for lunch today, we had the Beyond Meat Wellington.
Yes. Yeah.
And just the texture and the flavour of that is amazing. Whereas we did have like another alternative for a burger patty, which was just awful.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
I think it was like £1.20.
Yeah, very fussy about all of that, absolutely.
Compared to Beyond Meat's, what, £3 something for 2 burgers? Yeah, but you could tell. I wish that we'd just
Yeah. That's why I look, whenever there are offers on, I fill my freezer up.
Yeah.
Because it's, you have to, because I, as we know, fussy about protein and texture is really important. What were your favourite meals then?
Mine, the chili stuffed aubergines.
Stuffed aubergines, yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I do love that. I haven't done those for ages either. Any other last little tips, notes, advice that you'd give to somebody?
Honestly, don't be scared of it. We did it. We went into it with just sod it, let's do it, let's give it a go. And I think that almost made it easier because you can, when we really started to delve into it, it can become a little bit overwhelming. Whereas if you don't put yourself on it has to be this way. Yeah. It's actually really quite enjoyable.
Yeah.
You know, if you do end up going over your carb count a little bit because you've tried something else and you found something that you like, it doesn't, I mean, you might frown at me and say, no, that's not how it works. But I would say it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
because it is all about finding what works for you. And also, there is if you're going to spend ages making something and it's disgusting just to be under carbs to the point where you go, actually, I'd rather not eat it.
Yeah,
that's not a diet. That's a punishment.
And it's good food as well, which I think was the bit that kind of makes it a little bit more confusing because it's a diet that is good food, and I don't think the diets that you see online don't usually come with good food, so they're kind of a little bit confusing to have that together.
That's because it's keto. It doesn't feel like a diet.
Exactly.
It feels indulgent. It feels rich.
And when we were trying to rush the meals, and we weren't having the good meals, we would be quite low about it. But when we were having the really good meals and we were taking the time, we were doing it properly, you felt really, the next day I would feel really energized and I would feel really positive just because actually we were eating nice food and it was a reward to look forward to, and it kind of motivated because it didn't feel like diet food. I mean, I tried losing weight a few years ago and it was chicken and salad for months, and it was chicken, rice and salad for months, and it did the job, but it was really limiting, and it was something you had to eat rather than you wanted to eat. Whereas with, like I said, with the chili stuffed aubergines and things like that, it was nice food that you wanted to eat, so it didn't feel. It was a diet, not a punishment, if that makes sense. Sometimes
you didn't feel deprived.
Yeah. Sometimes diets can feel like you're punishing yourself just to lose weight, whereas, like I said, when you put the time and the effort and the planning into it, this didn't feel like that. So.
Great. Did you buy the keto sticks to be on?
We did.
We did. Yes.
Did you get into ketosis?
Yes.
I don't know what. I didn't check yours, but I checked mine.
It takes about 4 to 5 days to get into it.
Yeah, so I was moving along the colour chart, and then I'd go back up the colour chart, and then back down the colour chart.
Oh, okay, depending,
I checked because I was so excited about it. I checked like 3 times a day every day.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else before we finish?
No, I think definitely following your recipes, the information is helpful. If anyone ends up getting recipes off Rachel, although it is down to personal preference, if she's advised a protein, I would go with that protein. Because she's been there and done it. If anything, she's done a lot of the Rachel, or you've done a lot of the research for us.
And I'm bloody fussy.
Yeah, and if it's something that you think, do you know what, I'm going to start that, save a little pot of money first. And just experiment a little bit before you plough a week's worth of shopping into it.
Plan ahead.
To find out you've got nothing you like.
Yeah. Trial and error and planning are huge.
And also, if you go to somebody else's house for dinner, take something. Because inevitably, unless they've been through this experience, you get
what they cook you will be absolute rubbish. It will not be as good as you want it to be.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so well.
Thank you for helping us.
Thank you for helping you. Well, thank you so much for loving me so much that you're willing to do it for. It was going to be a month, but it was 2 weeks. Christmas was coming. You had lots of Christmas dues to go to, didn't you?
Yeah.
But no, thank you guys. Really appreciate.
No worries.
Love you loads.
Maybe we'll